What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we're going to be installing the RS vac pipe. So this kit comes with obviously the braided line itself, the RS vacuum line, an extension wire and loom and a rubber bung. But just before we get into the fitting, I want to say a massive thank you to RST Fabrications for sorting me out with this. For those of you who don't know him, Lewis Gilbert is the owner and the founder of RST Fabrications. So once again, mate, massive thank you to you. All the links to RST Fabrications will be in the description, Facebook and his website, so check him out. So this is what the kit looks like, guys. This is the extension wire and loom I was talking about, and that blue thing there is your rubber bung. I'll show you where that goes later on. I've gone for red just to match my engine bay, obviously. This kit just really tidies up the engine bay and it gets rid of that horrible, ugly, messy, clattered pile of crap that sits over your induction cone. So yeah, let's get installing it. Right, for those of you that don't know, this is the standard vac line, so this is going to be replaced with this. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do, remove the vac line from the plenum. I've shown this in the previous video, but this little red ring, I'm going to push towards the plenum and pull the actual pipe the opposite way, and it'll come out just like that. Over here, you've got, connected to the battery cover, you've got a little clip. You can undo this. Basically, this weird T-shaped thing with the disc at the bottom, you're going to keep. You're going to need this, and it's going to be fixed at the back here. And all of this pipe in here essentially gets binned apart from the pipe at the back. Right, so the next thing you're going to do, you're going to remove this plug. Simply pushing this the little clip in at one side and just pulling back towards yourself. And the second plug you've got to remove is this one here. So you see that little green square? There's one on the other side. Squeeze them together and pull that off. And this tab here that plug was plugged into, that's what you're going to bung later on with that blue bung. Right, guys, so as you can see, the vac line is pretty much all free now, apart from the line that runs all the way across the back into the brake servo. So what I've got to do here is unclip these clips here, 1, 2, 3, and I think that's it, yeah, 3. To do this, I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver, push it behind this big black square and prise them off, and they should pop off, but be very gentle as they're known to be very brittle. Alright guys, as you can see, I've pulled out those 3 tabs. A little bit difficult, well, to be honest, those 2 are really easy. This one was a bit of a struggle because when I tried to prise it from this side, I had no space, so I took off my battery cover and found it much easier. But now I've got to pull out this plug here, and that simply just pulls towards you. So it's going to be pretty difficult to get my hand in there. So what I've done is I've put 2 zip ties together, 2 cable ties, looped them in a few little clicks, snipped off the excess, and I'm going to loop that around it and pull it like that. So there's kind of going to be even pressure either side. I've seen online in some forums that people have cracked these on taking them out, so you've got to be really careful. Yeah, that worked perfectly, so no damage to that at all. When you do it, you're going to hear like a gas release, because obviously that's your vac line, there's a lot of pressure in there. So don't be worried if you hear any gas getting released. Okay, now that everything's freed up, this is the line you're going to be keeping. So you've got to remove this line off of this line. I believe this is going to be the easier one to remove. When it comes to removing these 2 pipes off of this sensor, I'm going to put a blade along the ribbed parts of the pipe here and simply pull it off. Right, I've got myself my Stanley. I'm going to score those lines. Whoops. I'm going to score those lines down these pipes here. There's one. there's 2. So that's that sensor freed up. Right guys, so the final thing to remove, this is again that pipe I said earlier that you're keeping. I've used a lighter and I've been heating around this evenly, and it's really, really easy to remove now. And there you go. Okay guys, now you've got that removed, this sensor, imagine that goes in your car there. This sensor is going to be plugged in here. However, you're going to have, before you do that, you're going to need to cut down this pipe a slight little bit, as if this was fixed in now like this side of the sensor is going to be touching your battery cover, and that isn't what you want. So I'm going to remove probably 20 mil, so it will sit about there and it will fit much, much better. Cool. Right, now you've got the mission of putting this back in. So heat is going to be your best friend. Off camera I'm going to try using boiling water or just a lighter. Heat this up and try and wiggle this in as best you can. I should have mentioned a minute ago, this is how you want it to be. So you want the sensor at the bottom and you still want this T-shape. So this is where it plugs into the brake servo. There are your 3 clips that we unclipped at the start, and then you've got this elbow here. So the pipe is going to end up coming back towards you again. That's the sensor plugged in now. And now the next thing to do is plug my RS vac pipe into this elbow, like there. Sorry, that's not in shot there. So once again, using heat, we're going to heat this end up, plug that on, and then we're going to plug the plugs in. And that's how yours should look once the vac pipe's plugged in. Right, so the next thing we're going to do, so don't forget, is we're going to put that bung on. So that's the bung, little 8 mil. And that is going to go on that. I did notice it fit a little bit loosely, but if you push hard enough, it will cover the whole little lip that's there as well, so now it's proper secure. Right guys, so the next step is to get this end of the extension loom, the one with the little metal wire there, and your sensor, and you're going to plug that in this way. So the metal wire is going to be on the right hand side. I'm going to clip that in. And now guys, we're just going to do the reverse of what we did and clip all these little clips back into the brake servo. Right, we're almost there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed my loom underneath my battery to tidy it up a bit so you don't see the wires hanging out. And this end is going to simply connect straight into this end. Finally guys, put the vac pipe into the plenum. Make sure it's secure, and that's it. That looks so much better. I'm well happy with that. A little bit fiddly, more fiddly than I thought it would be, but not too hard, not too tricky. Right guys, so it's all fixed now, all fixed in place, everything's fitted properly. I'm just going to turn the engine on. It's always worth letting your car run for a couple of minutes, making sure nothing comes on the dash. Sorry, it's a bit windy. And yeah, just to make sure that there's no gases escaping, because we've been touching with the vacuum lines and stuff. So well, I need fuel for a change. Nothing on the dash so far guys, so really happy. Once again, guys, massive shout out to RST Fabrications. Lewis, if you're watching this, mate, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And to you guys watching at home, I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something new here. This is relatively easy to follow, I hope. So let me know, guys. If you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. I've got a big power product on the way, so I'm really excited to film that. It should be here in about 2 weeks' time, so I'll do an install video and hopefully it will save you and myself some money in the garage. So I'll see you next week, guys. Peace.